Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Washington. In my life and as president, I have had the great pleasure of visiting many of your countries. And I've always been grateful for the warmth and the hospitality that you and your fellow citizens have shown me. And tonight I appreciate the opportunity to return the hospitality. It is an extraordinary privilege to welcome you to this presidential summit on entrepreneurship. This has been a coordinated effort across my administration, and I want to thank all the hardworking folks and leaders at all the departments and agencies who made it possible and who are here tonight. But we've come together today because of what we share, a belief that we are all bound together by certain common aspirations: to live with dignity, to get an education, to live healthy lives, maybe to start a business without having to pay a bribe to anybody, to speak freely and have a say in how we are governed, to live in peace and security, and to give our children a better future. But we're also here because we know that over the years, despite all we have in common, the United States and Muslim communities around the world too often fell victim to mutual mistrust. And that's why I went to Cairo nearly 1 year ago and called for a new beginning between the United States and Muslim communities, a new beginning based on mutual interest and mutual respect. I knew that this vision would not be fulfilled in a single year or even several years, but I knew we had to begin and that all of us have responsibilities to fulfill. As president, I've worked to ensure that America once again meets its responsibilities, especially when it comes to the security and political issues that have often been a source of tension. The United States is responsibly ending the war in Iraq, and we will partner with Iraqi people for their long-term prosperity and security. In Afghanistan, in Pakistan, and beyond, we're forging new partnerships to isolate violent extremists, but also to combat corruption and foster the development that improves lives and communities. I say it again tonight. Despite the inevitable difficulties, so long as I am president, the United States will never waver in our pursuit of a two-state solution that ensures the rights and security of both Israelis and Palestinians. And around the world, the United States of America will continue to stand with those who seek justice and progress and the human rights and dignity of all people. But even as I committed the United States to addressing these security and political concerns, I also made it clear in Cairo that we needed something else: a sustained effort to listen to each other and to learn from each other, to respect one another. And I pledged to forge a new partnership, not simply between governments, but also between people on the issues that matter most in their daily lives, in your lives. Now, many questioned whether this was possible, yet over the past year, the United States has been reaching out and listening. We've joined interfaith dialogues and held town halls, roundtables, and listening sessions with thousands of people around the world, including many of you. And like so many people, you've extended your hand in return, each in your own way, as entrepreneurs and educators, as leaders of faith and of science. By listening to each other, we've been able to partner with each other. We've expanded educational exchanges because knowledge is the currency of the 21st century. Our distinguished science envoys have been visiting several of your countries, exploring ways to increase collaboration on science and technology. We're advancing global health, including our partnership with the Organization of the Islamic Conference to eradicate polio. And we're partnering to expand economic prosperity. At a government level, I'd note that putting the G20 in the lead on global economic decision-making has brought more voices to the table, including Turkey, Saudi Arabia, India, and Indonesia. And here today, we're fulfilling my commitment in Cairo to deepen ties between business leaders, foundations, and entrepreneurs in the United States and Muslim communities around the world. Now, I know some have asked, given all the security and political and social challenges we face, why a summit on entrepreneurship? The answer is simple. Entrepreneurship, because you told us that this was an area where we can learn from each other, where America can share our experience as a society that empowers the inventor and the innovator, where men and women can take a chance on a dream, taking an idea that starts around a kitchen table or in a garage and turning it into a new business and even new industries that can change the world. Entrepreneurship, because throughout history, the market has been the most powerful force the world has ever known for creating opportunity and lifting people out of poverty. Entrepreneurship, because it's in our mutual economic interest. Trade between the United States and Muslim-majority countries has grown.